Hello everyone, welcome back to AI War 2. Paradigm Shift continues now. Walkthrough of the rebalanced game. Development still in beta. And we're 3 hours in. This episode is going to be about hopping throughout the galaxy, doing some hacking, capturing some strategic locations, boosting our power for the endgame, which is not strictly necessary at this point. We have enough to go after the home world. I've won difficulty 7 games on less than what we have right now. Almost 350 when you combine a decent fleet, botnet, and the hive golem. And only the homeworld would even give us any pause at this stage. But it's still worth going through the process, I think, of just looking at, okay, how would you go about boosting your fleet? How do you increase your power without allowing the AI to increase its power too much? And why not just make it easier on ourselves rather than let all of these hacking points, etc., go to waste? So we are going to continue to scale up and head towards a mid-level AI progress type of level. And our next objective is over here in Fulanoussis. I want the energy. I'm going to grab this Zenith power generator and also this Rejuvenator Combat Factory. So this will help us rebuild more in any fights that may become necessary in. Particularly tough fights where you're taking a lot of attrition. And then we'll want to be able to add more turrets, be able to add more ships as we acquire them, and not have to worry about whether or not we have the energy to sustain it. And we're at the point where we can just run in and smash things virtually at will here. And here we go. We just need to clear out. A bunch of these are parasites. Always nice to get rid of those. Okay. And we'll just smash the command station. Throw up a logistical on top of that. And, of course, our support fleet's going to take care of those. We are going to slide in here. And we do have to be a little bit careful with the hive, because it's important that you let all of the yellow jackets reload in the hive and then move it on to the next system. Otherwise, they won't come with you because they can't use wormholes. Okay, and we have, and here we've got Orbital Mass Driver. There's also a bunch of anti-us zombies. Let's knock out, there we go, Orbital Mass Driver is no more. And this is the, a Guardian, I believe, that we chased from the previous system. Goodbye. But of course the botnet's going to create more zombies. There's no way the AI can compete with our zombification, even with all these parasites. We're simply going to smash things and smash them hard. And now there is nothing left here to threaten us. So we will smash this. We will now gather up that support fleet. We will pop in next door and get rid of all this nonsense so we don't have a Mark V system. You can see there's quite a bit of threat in there. Let's go ahead and make sure those go away. And we will also pop down here to grab this distribution node. We have energy now, over 1 million yet. And we have put up some assault station keeping frigates here just to make sure everything stays fine in that area. What I want to do next is use some of that energy for more turrets. I'll have to keep spreading the Citadel and Battle Station ones around everywhere. We've got enough different planets now. I'd really like to be able to have some more turret types and more coverage as we continue to scale up the AI progress. So, we are going to pop in here. And we are going to take... Now, the ambush turrets are better in my opinion, but a lot of our systems we want to defend have multiple wormholes, and I don't think they'll work very well for that. So I'm going to go with the Fusion here, which are also a Mark IV turret type. And these hacks, as you can see, are quite quick. Now, notice we also have the hull durability option. We can hack on any friendly planet. We can hack our hive and botnet golems to boost that. I don't think we're going to need it, but if we do, that's always an option for later. And so, of course, the botnet zombifying everything. All they really did with that response is simply feed us. So now we have the fusion. But I actually think I want to go one higher. If we take a look at this, the ablative and the bulwark, not that great in terms of synergizing with our tech. Jammer turrets aren't bad. Making enemies reload slower, that's worth considering. But overall, I'm going to bypass it. They're only good against, targets with low armor. The scrap turrets are more of a beachheading type of turret as they build fast. Solar Flare is a bigger turret type that I'm going to go with. Just because their ability, 1.5 stack damage, plus they can also paralyze large targets. So I think they're really going to be a good option here. And of course that hack costing 36 instead of 24, due to the fact that it's the second one on this turret schematic server. And unless the next turret type is really good that we happen to roll here, I'm not going to advance with it any further, because that would be even more expensive. There we go. And notably, of course, we are still pretty low on the hack response. So what would be next here? Just in case they want to send it to us. Get more pikes, get more ambush, translocators, fuse ball, Bastille aren't bad. Underneath shields, they create a bonus. These are all nice turret types for us, so we can just hold this for later and grab them if we want. But of course, now we need to build a bunch of turrets on all of our planets so that we are even more secure and can just go around and hack further with impunity. Next up on our hit parade, we're going to have literally the first beacon I have ever hacked, because I usually don't bother. But right here, we've got the human resistance fighters. They'll give us a bit of assistance from time to time, and also we'll be able to get 1,000 science from it for the price of 15 hacking. So that seems worth doing to me. This is a slightly longer hack, but it's not too long. And then while we're doing that, I also want to spend some of my research here. And I want to grab, it's fairly expensive, but you can see the light hull is definitely the best of the hulls that we have available. I think it's time. And we're going to increase a bunch of our Mark III ships to Mark IV. That's a nice little bonus. And just waiting for this to wind down. The response from this hack is not something that we've really got to worry about. And, well, that's rather amusing. These are headed towards our major data center planet, the one that has a whole bunch of turrets on it. So, yeah, we are not concerned about that. That's our military command. We will walk through that easily. Now, we do have enough tech here. I'm not worrying about saving any right now just because we're in full control of the game. Normally, I'd be a little more cautious, but I'm going to go ahead and boost logistical stations as well. We have enough of them out there, and we're going to get, I think, about 50,000 more energy. We're going to boost our energy cap, or metal cap, rather. So all of that will benefit to us. And boom, back up over 1 million energy after having spent 350, 400,000 energy on those turrets. And now on to our friendly neighborhood tech vault in Sai-Chi, the only tech vault on the map. And it says, disruptive, exotic, or logistical are our choices. Well, disruptive, we've got a good amount of turrets in that. A couple ship lines, not a lot. Exotic, we don't have anything there. We'll probably get some of those ships, but not yet. And it'd be fairly cheap to upgrade. Also cheap to upgrade would be the logistics. So, since we've already invested in disruptive, getting this, I think, is the best bang for our buck. We'll go ahead and take that route. And disruptive there. Moderate length hack. And the response from this is a little bit more significant than the last few we've had, but with our friendly neighborhood botnet and our main fleet pounding away, we now have over 200 strength in the Warcall Hagira fleet. And this will boost our Agravic pods and our Pike Corvettes up to the next level. They'll be, instead of being Mark III, they'll be Mark IV, which is now what the majority of our strike craft are. And no problem handling that. Go chase down this last Guardian. Fortified Tesla. There we go. Now, next up on the hit parade, I'm going to want to grab over here in Winnower. I want this fleet before I head out, because this is quite a nice one. Parasitic Pike Corvettes now are Mark IV, as are Gravic Pods, and then we got Mark III Mugger Frigates. The Parasites are lower, but they're still a nice one to get. This is worth the cost, and then plus we can also utilize... I'm not going to want the Marauder Beacon, but we can grab this Fleet Capacity Extender while we're down here. So let's make that happen. So I've hacked 2 Fleet Capacity Extenders now. This one, and there was one up here, and I'm just gradually working my way across the galaxy, grabbing what we need, moving towards the homeworld. So we're here in Tullius for our 3rd one, and this is where things are going to start to get a little bit more interesting and overpowered for us, even more so than they already are. So we're going to want to grab this one, and we're going to hack double ship line cap. See, we've done the dagger already. We've done the Parasitic Pike Corvette already. So we could go with the Velociraptors. I'm going to go with one of the Gravic Pods. We're going to be able to double more of them. So we're just trying to grab a variety of these. Daggers are really high damage. Parasitic Pike Corvettes, obviously, for the zombification. And a Gravic Pods for anti-large ship capabilities. And we are gradually also increasing, you know, the hacking level up to Slothful 1.5. But there has been nothing to really concern us when it comes to that. Thank you for giving me more zombies. It's really nice of you to do that. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to take this a step further. I've brought an extra transport along with us, the one we just captured. And we're just going to name this one High Cap Alpha or High Capacity Alpha. Because we're going to use the hack. It's expensive, 60 hacks to change you to high capacity transport, but well worth it. Then they've added something new, the multi-swap feature, which I think this was a really good quality of life thing that people had suggested to actually give you the ability to move multiple ship lines at once. So we want to grab all of the ones that we've doubled now. So we want to grab the daggers. And let's see, where are the Gravic Pods that we doubled? There they are. And then we're going to want the Parasitic Pike Corvettes. We're going to move those in there, because it can have up to 3. And then it will double them again. So you're effectively getting 4 times the original amount. And that makes it more than worth the hacking cost to do this. Let me just look at the sheer numbers here. This fleet with 3 lines is going to be at 100 strength. Plus, we're still going to have another 200 strength from this, and the 200 from the golems. If you're getting the picture here now, yes, we're going full ridiculous mode. And we could probably raffle stomp, frankly, the homeworld at this point. Now, we are, at this point, almost to the floor. We're not quite. We do the math, we're actually 3 points of AR progress below the floor. And hey, we're down here anyway. So I think I want to take this system, and then take the one next to it. So we get the major data center, we'll get an additional fleet, more ships, etc. And then in order to take this, we need to take this in order to defend it. And that gives us a little bit further path forward to heading around this way. We have fully scouted everything. And so now it's just a case of closing the net in on Ullett. And, of course, grabbing these will also give us range without doing any deep striking to get this outguard, which is also going to be very important to us. So we've got the major data center here in Analyzer. Going with the logistics station this time, but max force fields and assault station keeping frigates. Bit of a compromise there. I do want to do a bit of research now. We're doing so well in attacking. Let's invest in the defense some. We're going to boost our force fields by 1 mark. The other higher ones are more expensive. I don't think I'll go any further than that. I'm also going to boost station keepers 1 more time. Just give us a little more security on that end. Now, before we go any further on and do more hacking, we have some eye situations to deal with. And this is actually one where I don't usually advocate using the sabotage hack. Talked a little bit about that earlier, but I think this is a situation that justifies it. We have a magnifier and a plasma eye on the same planet, so we're going to get hit by lots of fire, obviously, double damage from the magnifier, and then we can't bring in much due to the plasma eye. So I think hacking one of those is a justifiable approach. Now, having this right next to our territory, you know, where Hunter Fleet could gather, I'm not a fan of that. So we're going to hop in, and I've taken out most of my ships for the Hagira because of the fact that we're going to be dealing with all of this, and I don't want to trigger the eye. So I just want to pop in and immediately hack, and I'm going to hack the magnifier. The reason I want to hack the magnifier is the eye we can take care of, and it will not cause AI progress if we kill it. If we kill the magnifier, it does cause AI progress. So that's my logic there. 16 points to do that. And while we're doing that, we simply try to not die. Thankfully, it's not a very long hack. There we go. Okay, so now we can try to knock out some of these. Let's see if we can knock out enough of these with what we have left. Now, they do have iBots, which are a pain in the butt. And they've got all of this here that's going to cause us problems. Up to 103. So, and of course, I have reinforcements turned off. But I'm basically just going to try to ignore all of that and just pound through some guard posts. There's another one. How many do you have left? Okay, we still need a few more, so let's keep going. And my idea is just try to be fast enough so they don't have time to kill us, basically. How is our Hagira doing? Shield's half down. Okay. And now you have 4. Let's see if we can load you up and do a bit of running. There are V-wings here, so the running part is not working out that great, but we got a little bit of distance. Okay. Let's take you down. And then let's head over there. Okay, now do we have enough left to take down the eye is the question. Nope, probably not. Well, we got a little bit of vampirism boost there, so maybe. Let's see how this works. Nope. Oh, they almost crippled us. Not quite. So it looks like we should probably run and then come... Well, we're going to run with the arc. We're going to let everything else stay in here. You just run away, because you're going to cripple anyway. So you just go. There it is. And then we'll reload everybody once we get escaped here. Let's just try to, you know, head this way. So, I mean, that obviously was not perfect, but it worked. You know, not the end of the world here. Okay, let's reload. As soon as we get back up here. Yep, it has to repair all the way to not be crippled anymore. There we go. Now we can load everybody up. And we're going to have, of course, they're going to talk about a counterattack here, but we can just... We have plenty to knock this out now. Because we can just throw a stupid amount of force in here. We're going to throw in our botnet, and we're going to take our high-capacity transport. You can go in there and have some fun. We're also going to throw back in our Hagira, but, you know, to get the hive down here, although it probably won't be needed. And now what's left of this should go away very quickly. And here come the human resistance fighters. Yes, you're going to join in as well. How lovely. But everything's going to zombify. And Praetorian Guard? Oh, you're running away. Shocker there. You're a little far away from home to be coming in here. In any case, so that's actually only part 1. Because we have more fun to deal with. And I'm going to want most of our ships, but not all of them for this. In the next system, see they got 200 plus strength. I'm going to want to go in there with maybe 150. Okay, so we have about 160 strength. I'm going to see if that's low enough. Let's pop in here. And of course, we don't want to be doing anything but going after guard posts. So, I think you're up first. They don't have as much strength in here as I thought. It was saying over 200, but now, you know, they're much lower than that. And yeah, we're going to trigger something if we don't deal with this. Okay, Stingrays. Say goodbye to you. Let me make sure I've left this fleet at not constructing. I have. That's good. So, Parasites. Don't want you. Pulsar tanks? No. Let's also get rid of the Mugger frigates. Because they have a pretty high strength value, but actually not going to help us too much. See, inhibiting Tesla, I'm not too worried about that. A little bit more. Who else do I want to get rid of? You know. Sniper frigates. I don't need you. Okay, let's try that for now. That is 2 down. And the eye says they have 8 more. We need to get rid of 6. So let's see. These 3 over here are good. There's one right here in the middle. There's one hiding there. But we're still going to need to get rid of one of these 2. I think maybe go around the edge. And then, you know, pop back up this way. So, let's just... I could load up. I'm just going to go straight for the next target. Just ignore everything else. It all depends really a lot on how much Warden's going to come in here, you know. The Praetorian going to come in and help. There's many questions that I don't have the answer to. So I just want to keep below, but at a competitive level with the amount of strength they have and keep moving. Keep moving, you know, make them chase us as much as possible. Oh, we got too much again. It looks like some of their ships are maybe leaving. Okay. Who do I want to get rid of now? I'll get rid of the Molotovs and their weapon jamming. Boy, that's not enough either. Yeah, the Rippers do a lot of paralyzing, which I don't care about right now. There we go. Now we're looking better. As long as they don't say, hey, we're going to stick around now that you have less strength or something like that. Okay. You're gone. Keep moving. Keep on down this way. Let's keep it rolling. And our Hagira is holding up just fine, so we're just going to keep rolling around the system. We're losing some, but not as much as I'd expect. Alright. Now come up here and hit this, and then we'll see where we are. Still like the numbers. Alright. How many you got left, buddy? Okay, you've got 3, and you need 3. So, I don't see any reason why. I just need to take one of these and hit it, and we'll take this one. There it is. Aye, if you please. Okay, now you're all in trouble because it's on now. Space Wheel's half gone, but doesn't have much shift left. Go ahead and construct everything. And once again, we're going to bring in the heavy artillery.
Roger that. Taking up that position.
Golems are going to jump in. Let me just see and make sure that all of you... And yeah, you can just keep repairing and everything in here. That's what I want to have happen. You go ahead and go in pursuit, and you're about to get lots of friends. Lots of friends to help. And this place is going to get quiet in a hurry. And I think instead of building a bunch of turrets, we'll bring in our support fleets. But I want to hang out in here and do the outguard hack and just let the botnet get some work done. So, do we want the partisans, only AI planets, or the war harvesters? Now, those are kind of different because you can control them directly. And so you can grab like a bunch of them over time because they'll stick around for a permanent bonus. And so I think it might be cool to see how those work just for purposes of demonstration, if nothing else. So we will grab the war harvesters with this hack. Yes, please select a single one and hack again. That is fine. We will do it with the Hagira. It says ally has an ongoing hack. What on earth? Okay, that's weird. So it said it wasn't going to work, but it did. Huh. In any case. Everybody go have some fun with the outguard. And let's definitely move this along a bit, because it is a bit of a longer hack. Ooh, we lost one of our combat factories. You know what? Let's just withdraw our supports then to the next system. If it's going to be too difficult for them in here, it's all good. Just go repair yourself in the next system. And we'll let our combat ships hang out and do their job. So far, this does not seem to be a problem. Coming up towards the big finish. And cleansing this is no issue. Okay, so where do we go from here? Well, we still have a little over 400 hacking points left. AI progress, we are still below the floor. So all of that is good. I'm going to want to be hitting this other outguard. We're definitely going to want to hit the Spire Archive. Got to decide if I want that armored golem. And then we're going to have some fun with the FRS. Haven't used those before, but they're pretty cool. And there are more fleet capacity extenders, so there's definitely additional hacking to be done before we're ready to hit the homeworld. But we are closing the net, to be sure. All of that will continue in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everybody.